Alright, welcome everybody to What is Wrong with Today's Age. Sorry, let me get to this better. Welcome everybody. What is Wrong with Today's Age in Society? It's a brand new podcast series that is starting up. And, it's the title is self-explanatory. We're going to be talking about what's wrong with today's age in society as a series, one topic at a time, type attitude. It's just my personal preference, my personal opinion. On most of these topics, most of this stuff really. And I think for the first one here, we just might as well do the introduction, get that out of the way. Then we're gonna move forward from the introduction into the entirety of just doing, just talking about like whatever, how things are going, how things are doing, everything else like that. So yeah, that's about it. Yeah, this is gonna be posted both here on YouTube and / here on Spotify. Spotify might take me a little bit longer to get working, and so I recommend if you are from Spotify, YouTube, same thing here, Captain Ditto. Search it up on YouTube, and you can hear not Spotify. This entire podcast playlist from here. I know the one-person podcast is almost impossible. A lot of people have done it as well, just talking to a microphone by themselves without having to talk to others. I can include other people later, if you would like. I probably am going to do that, but I'm not going to do it right now. Anyways, so to bring it up forward, I'm not a professional. This is my first time doing this. And yeah, we're going to have to go straight into this, huh? Anyways, you might notice a few screen changes over here on YouTube, but this is just background stuff, not really stuff for the main podcast. Because this is audio only. You don't have to stay here on the video, and you can just open up different tabs and everything else. Anyway, so yeah, I think we're gonna set a few rules here real quick for what's wrong what's wrong in today's age society. I'm just kind of tripping over myself, stumbling over my own words. Sorry about that. First rule here: I'm not gonna edit any audio out. I'm gonna tune the audio a little bit, so it's gonna sound better overall. And the only audio I'm probably going to trip out is if I'm having like a long section silence of time where, just like a moment where I'm just like, blank or recording for like a minute, not speaking, not anything. I'm probably going to cut that out so it keeps things flowing with ideas and everything. I'm also setting rules. I'm not going to talk about too much lingering on sensitive topics like the politics, LGBTQ, the furry community, the flat earth science community. I'm not going to talk too much in depth on those at all. I can use them. I'm still going to use them because they can still lead to what's wrong with today's society problems, because it's obvious, like some of their foregrounds, but I'm not going to make them the main focus of the real focus of the discussion. Now, if any of these things become the real main focus of the discussion from the base standline, it's going to be more of a gray area, like the flat earth community. It's as simple as that, because that's conspiracy theories and stuff. And I do want to make a comment on conspiracy theories as their own episode, if this gets good feedback, however. I'm only doing this because I really want to. If I get good feedback, then I'll just continue doing it better. If I get negative feedback, I'll probably do one more and then just call it quits. But I'm gonna push past those haters and everything just for people who may want to see it. Other things that I'm not going to do is I'm not going to do plugins at all. Well, I just did a plugin from Spotify users to join here on my YouTube channel. But other than that, I'm not going to do plugins, because I always hate, the idea of like, subscribe, comment, yada yada, so that my stuff can help out better than algorithm, because that's a total BS. I'm not even giving you a chance to like my content first, to, watch my content to see if you like it first, and then already tell you to, stay on the track of keeping intrigued with my content, because that's a very dumb thing. That's a really, crappy thing to do, in general. And I don't think it should be a thing. So I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do a plugin unless it's very necessary. Which most of the time is like, hey, if you're over on Spotify, you should, and you're wondering when the next episode come out, so then check YouTube. It may have already came out on YouTube because it could take forever on Spotify, which is half the time my main case as well. Anyway, so those are just some strict stuff as well. And I will probably leave in the description episodes as well, a description, how many episodes, the episode mainly talks about, And that's about it. Yeah, really. I'll leave off the episode numbers with this introduction. Not as long with this introduction, because this thing, apparently, recording has already took me 5 minutes to get to the introductory phase out of the way. So, yeah, that's really about it. That's about it, yeah. It's more like I'm going to try to figure out how to sum it up 2 minutes for the second episode, if there is a second episode. Most likely there's one to be. I don't know when I'm going to be able to record it. So that I'm not going to have a steady recording schedule. I'm going to hope I get at least 2 podcasts out every month. Hello. Anyways, I might as well introduce myself much better too. I'm not trying to be a mystery man or anything. This is much more of an introductory of the podcast series. Anyways, like I said before, I am Captain Ditto. I am a gamer. I stream sometimes. I am a major person who loves playing with memes and stuff. Outside of that, I work really well. I don't want to make anything that's outside my career, besides my main career choice, which is being an editor, become the thing. I'm not going to make YouTube a full-time job, because that's kind of stupid. How things kind of work and everything. I have a lovely family. I live with my family. I don't have my own family, because I'm still not ready in the world yet. I also have a lovely cat. Her name is Crackers. She's a calico. Has, I think, green eyes. Yeah, cute green eyes. She's ferocious. She's right here next to my stuff. And other than that, yeah, really. Yeah, I think a lot. I also play some music. I'm not a professional playing it because I play clarinet, but still. And one of my favorite pastimes is listening to music. So that and playing games and trying to feel like a total badass, like a Doom or something. Another thing to note is that I do not like saying cuss words or anything like that. I don't like cursing. Most of the time, I'm going to stick to abbreviations. Instead of the B word, I will say biscuit blocker. Instead of the F word, I can use 100 different abbreviations for it, but mostly I'm going to use fish. Just that type of stuff. Just to make sure I don't get in trouble by a lot of people. And if I do accidentally say anything like, a curse word, I'm probably going to quickly edit that out. Or just, cut it out real quick. To just burp it. Burp it out. Bleep it out. Yeah, that's about it, yeah. Alright. So, I think that's about it. The short introductory phase is over. I'm not going to reintroduce myself like that again, since this is the first episode of the podcast series. And that's about it, yeah, really. Okay, so, welcome to the main section of What's Wrong with Today's Jason Society. It's pretty self-explanatory of discussing what is wrong with today's Jason Society. For this episode, we're going to start off with basically what I was talking about earlier that kind of made me a little bit upset. Most of the time, what's wrong with today's Asian society is something that would make me upset. So we have is a good old one and only social media algorithm and influencers. That's what is wrong with today's Asian society we're going to be talking about today. Now, if you don't know what social media is, because apparently you've been living underneath a rock, if you ever actually made it over here, I don't know how you made it over here without knowing what social media is, but I might as well tell you. The visual basis understanding here of social media is about media that's online and stuff. It's not about media, but it's for socializing. So stuff like Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, all those sites and everything. I just listed off. And sites like that, too, are all social media. Let me turn down the audio a little bit, just recording audio a little bit. There we go, that's much more better. Anyways, to make sure I'm not screaming all crazy. Okay. So those types of social medias are very self-explanatory. YouTube is a social media for content creators and stuff. Twitch is a live streaming version of YouTube. TikTok is just a 1 minute video format where you just do stunts, skits, lip singing format, copying, pasting trends, which I'm going to be mentioning a lot of TikTok today. So you better get off that app right now and just focus on this podcast. Simple as that. And then there's also trying to think of the word. Reddit, yeah, where a bunch of people in one small community could combine together to create a small community or / big community or whatever community and post stuff as well alongside the community for other people and members to know about and stuff. Yeah. And then there's Twitter. well, where you just tweet out into the world your opinions of certain matters and stuff, whatever. Well, we already know too well about what's happening with Twitter, and Elon Musk is kind of burning it to the ground, which at this time of recording. So that's really about that's that. Yeah, that's really about it. So yeah, that's your social media and influencers. You may know a few influencers because influencers such as Gandhi. He is an Indian. He was a great influencer during the time, which freed his people from British control. He basically was peaceful. It was like, we do nothing. And the British were like, okay, we can't really stop them. We can't force them to do anything because it just won't do it. And we really can't kill all the population. So screw this, we're leaving. Which then led into the entirety of the Civil War for India. But we're not going to focus on that type of stuff. We're going to focus on what the original topic is what's wrong with today's society, social media copying, and influencers. So, we have influencers and the influence. We'll get onto these guys later, but to keep that in mind. So, let's talk about social media copycats or copyers or social media in general. Social media is great. It's an amazing tool. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But I don't think it should be publicly accessible as it is. For example, TikTok is the prime example here. I mean, there's other social medias that kind of do this as well. But TikTok's the best one I can think of. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry for that yawn. TikTok is the main thing here that we're going to be talking about. And TikTok just kind of, in general, sucks. For me, anyways, because there's always a good old saying, if idiots could fly, TikTok will be an airplane. At this point, I think it should be changed. If idiots could fly, TikTok would be the airspace, because that's how many idiots are in the air. Because that's how many idiots there is that are able to fly. They mean in the airspace. But anyways, back with meaningful, hurtful jokes aside, I know, very hurtful, I'm very sorry. And past those types of jokes aside, just moving on to the main thing to talk about, which is the main, which is what the main thing was. It's social media copiers, it's trendies, and whatever. Yeah, social media in general kind of sucks when it's publicly used and it's used for bad stuff. I think the biggest thing I can use for example here is Facebook. Straight up Facebook. There's like a lot of terrible Facebook memes on Facebook. There's a lot of terrible things said on Facebook, and it's all in general terrible. Now, obviously, if Facebook was to change a little bit, if it's like an age policy to people that are below 60s allowed to post on there, then we would see a major improvement in quality of life change to Facebook, because Facebook was meant to reconnect with your old friends that you may have not been talking to for a few years. Not made to make an entire cringe fest of minion memes complaining about every single thing because you don't like it because you're too lazy to deal with the new changes and you don't want to change type attitude. That's Facebook for you in a nutshell. It's still a very good site, but it's only just for to contact your friends and stuff to see what they're doing in their life. That's mainly about it, because all the people do is repost old stuff or post new cringe crap. You know, I'm on Facebook, but I don't even look at that stuff anymore. I just post whatever might be new in my life that might be exciting to other people, and I dip. That's it. That's all I do. Really. I don't really care what goes on. I don't really care how it happens. I don't really care at all. Okay. So, moving on from that, we're going to move on to another one from Facebook. We're moving straight back into TikTok. Simple as that. Because TikTok is the worst of social media I can think of. Everybody has TikTok installed on their computer. They have it installed on their laptop. They have it installed on their phone, on their tablet, on their Samsung smart fridge somehow. They have it. Anything you think TikTok could be put on, they got it. TikTok also gets re-uploaded to other sites, like YouTube, I just explained before. It also gets uploaded to stuff and clips on Reddit. It also gets uploaded to stuff and clips on other social media, even on Facebook. And there you go. TikTok has dominated the playing field like crazy because it is a general thing for major teenagers. I used TikTok back in 2017 up to 2019. I think, though, I can speak for everybody here, that is when we had the best of TikTok. That was when the good TikTok stuff was still there. Starting 2020, it started to go downhill really fast. Very fast, because everybody then started going indoors ever since the coffee thing happened, and everybody was getting dead type attitude. we're kind of dying. Yeah, we don't want to talk about 2020, as long as we should. But everybody started downloading TikTok. Everybody started turning into idiots. Because then the idiots started getting much more popular. And we had an entire stupid sceneries, especially 2021, and especially at the time recording this last year, 2022. Still a lot of idiots dominate that playing field. I left TikTok during the spike, I think in 2020. Not 2020 during spring, no. I think 2021 spring I left TikTok. And I've been kind of TikTok free ever since, and I love it. I love not being in TikTok, because all I see is people complaining about other people that do really bad stuff. There's a lot of bad stuff on TikTok, and it's popular, which is another main problem, because if you see something popular on TikTok, and it's just not on TikTok anymore in general, I think YouTube was the main cause of this. Because YouTube back in the day was something you could do for fun. Jacksepticeye, I think, stated in one of his videos, he's a popular Irish YouTuber, by the way, he said in one of his videos that he and Markiplier, and like, all Dan TDM and all these other like cool YouTubers and stuff, they don't ever take YouTube for granted or anything like that. Okay, let me rephrase that. They didn't know. They don't know back then. They didn't know back then. Whatever. I don't know grammar properly, but they didn't know back then that YouTube could become a career. They didn't know back then. They just did it for fun. They did a Let's Play because, hey, there's this cool game I want to record and we should play it. They did Let's Plays because they wanted to do it. They did Let's Plays because it was fun to play and have a little community of just recording to pass away time and everything that you could just go back up to and whatnot. It's not that bad of a deal to lots of extents. And then you have... And then you had like the best of times. Like I said, you had Let's Players like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye making lots of videos on lots of small games and everything. And they got very popular just for being themselves, not really caring whatever happened in the world. They just used YouTube to just record some videos just to escape from reality. And to allow others to escape from reality. There's also like Dancy, like I mentioned before. He originally started reviewing Minecraft mods, and that's how he started off his channel as a Diamond Minecart He started off reviewing Minecraft mods back when he was a teenager, and he's very successful today with his own son, with a son and everything. Starting his own family, which is going to be a bit complicated for him, unfortunately, but oh well. And stuff like that. There's also a lot of other things too that started thanks to YouTube. The Federation. Federation is an animation studio that's underneath, I believe, Warner Brothers. Feder, I think his name. The Feder Studio, I think it was called. I don't exactly remember, but it was the studio that made Adventure Time, basically. And that studio made, I think, like, an entirely new, like, much more adult comedy, but still in the cartoony type style of Adventure Time, just not exactly Adventure Time. I forgot what the actual show was called. I probably might search it up real quick. But basically, starting with YouTube's entirety of its platform domination, it started off with funds and stuff to get to creators and give them money as long as they continue uploading videos, which was, I think, it was something Friends. I remember it had Friends at the end of the title. I think they had Forest Friends, Boris Friends, something like that. I don't exactly remember what the show was called. You know what? This is starting to like make me very, very upset. I need to understand what the show was called. Hold up. I'm gonna search up Adventure Time, search up the company real quick to see what it was called. Basically, it was created by YouTube. It was basically created because of YouTube wanting to make it exist, because it couldn't pick up any other streaming platform. Not streaming platform, because it couldn't pick up on any channels for broadcasting networks. So they did YouTube, and now, and since YouTube pulled that programs plug, which was unfortunately on its third season, they had to choose a different way, which was, I think, Fiverr or something like that, which was exclusive to the United States for its remaining seasons, which kind of sucked. It was made... Okay, I'm trying to figure out which company made... what it was made by, what the producers... who the producers were. Can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember. There we go. Yeah, but that company and stuff, like, those are really cool stuff. They had really cool ideas for that show. And it's a shame that it had to go all to waste or whatever. That's the way it kind of burned down in the fire type attitude. Anyways, so moving back to original thing here while this stupid stuff is loading. Back to the original thing, discussion topic at hand. Social media and stuff with YouTube kind of started off with that because then suddenly advertisements started coming up and YouTubers started getting money for monetization. And they could use this money, and they could obviously make more videos, make more money based on view count, based on ad revenue, based on everything basically. YouTube Premium came into shine and everything else, and now the rest is history. When Copa came inside, and now YouTube Kids just kind of turned into a trash fire. Okay, anyways, back to originality here. So the problem with YouTube, I think it started off because everybody started seeing a lot of famous, popular creators on YouTube, and they were getting money from YouTube. So everybody and then they saw their favorite content creators that are pretty small and stuff, started, that kind of grew to the size of 20 million subs or whatever, then started getting money, actual money itself, for making videos. And everybody lost their minds, I think. Because now, when you see a YouTuber making lots of money, they're in it just for the money, for the fame, for the popularity. They're not in it because they were doing it for fun, like I am right now. Now, a lot of people say, oh, you're going to turn into one of those greedy scumbags. I'm not going to, because I don't see YouTube as a viable career option for a few reasons. Because you have, like, millions of other people doing the exact same thing, trying to become the richest, most popular person out there by just making YouTube videos, trying to become a YouTuber, a content creator, or stuff like that. That's really stupid. That should not be a case. That should not be any case unless you're actually there for entertainment purposes. Like I am here for entertainment purposes, for anybody that wants to look at the podcast stuff. Okay, so apparently... Okay, so I just remember Bing is not that great trustworthy source because it still is not giving me the company that made it. I know for a fact though. I'm trying to remember the show's name, but I can't remember it unfortunately, which I'm very sorry. I think Saber. I think Saberspace. I think the YouTuber's called. Who does stuff on this? I believe he has a video on it, and you can just look through his stuff. I don't exactly remember where, unfortunately, but he did talk about it somewhere. Anyways, oh great, now I'm trying to find a YouTuber that goes with the name Saber. How great. There's probably like 100 different YouTubers that go by Saber. Okay, so while I'm scrolling through my YouTuber list, I might as well continue talking. So, the problem I have with, stuff like that, not like Saber or anything like that. I have problems with, lots of things regarding everything about, like, I can just make a video, as long as I become a YouTuber, I can get lots of subs, make lots of money and stuff. And that's all people do for YouTube now these days. They only do it by beneficial financial reasons. Most of them don't do it because they're content creators. Like, actual trying to become real content creators by just using their stuff to make content. They're just using it to feed off whatever's trending, feed off of it, and gain popularity and stuff, and then go move on to the next one that becomes popular for trend. This is exactly from YouTube popularity. Then you can shift your popularity from YouTube into other things, like your upcoming business, or you could shift it into YouTube from other sites to popularity into YouTube. Boost up your stuff from YouTube, and then end up creating lots and lots of revenue for yourself later in the future. Same thing that happens on Twitch. And there's a huge problem with that because all that self-centering thing used to be popular from YouTube, but since YouTube is a very crowded area, they moved from YouTube on the crowded space area for now to go to TikTok, which is another main problem because now TikTok it's filled with these people that are trying to farm likes, trying to farm follows and everything. So because they're barely getting enough money from TikTok as it is, but they moved from TikTok over to YouTube and Twitch, in those areas, so they can get lots of follows, lots of streams and stuff. And you know who I see the most of this stuff go to? I don't see actual talented creators I've seen before get a lot of popularity unless it was back during 2017 to 2019 era TikTok. In the now era of TikTok, which I have not seen, it's all about doing the most dangerous stuff. It's all about doing a lot of these stupid trends and everything. To try and get fame, to try and get popular, to try and do whoever cares of whatever might be popular, do it to try and get views, follows, and stuff. Hashtag twins, hashtag trends, everything. And it's just not that great. It's not that great. Okay, I'm searching up the YouTuber. It's not that great or anything. I hate it. I hate it with a strong passion. And this leads to a lot of stuff. This leads to a lot of milking on every single side. This leads to milking of people redoing skits, redoing duets, lip syncing. It leads to a whole lot of It leads to a whole lot of stuff that should not be, being made. It should not be made. But moving on forward from that one, the main problem for TikTok, I think, is just because it has no moderation. The problem with social media these days is that they don't have any moderation, so it allows some people to do whatever the hell they want. Besides YouTube has a lot of moderation for no apparent reason. And Twitch has the exact same thing because they're the most used platforms. But all the other ones, like TikTok, that should have a lot of moderation, do not enforce their policies until they're forced to enforce their policies because of a lawsuit to cover it up, to make sure to make themselves look better in the lawsuit, by not showing the stuff, by deleting all the sorts of the trends and everything. And to me, that's just kind of stupid. Like, now you take into effect as soon as a lawsuit is coming. That's when you start taking things into effect. That's just stupid. This is very, very dumb. Okay, so I can't find the thing by searching up his YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm trying because I know that Saber's within his name, but I don't remember the rest of it, which is the problem here. I have so many people I'm subscribed to. Holy cow, I gotta unsubscribe from some people. Anyways, I might as well just head over to who I'm subscribed to and just go from their subscriptions. Okay, sorry about that. I was just trying to look at stuff and nope, apparently not. Okay, there we go, subscriptions, there you are. And then we're just gonna search it up from the subscriptions, there we go. Okay, so what we gotta do now is change things up a little bit. Change it to list. Okay, never mind, put it back in grid. Manage. Oh, great. This is worse. Oh, I mean, if I could it's probably slightly better, but still pretty bad. Okay, so, is this in, oh, it's A through Z. Okay, good. Okay, that's what the format is in. So, I can just quickly scroll all the way down to the bottom. Okay, I'm still trying to find a YouTuber. I'm trying to, just mention about a different series, which I probably should give up on, so that's not the main focus. But I do want to just still mention it. So, yeah. Okay, so while I'm scrolling the way down there, the main problem I have with TikTok and everything else like that, like I said before, is because it has no moderation. There's lots of dangerous trends, like the devious licks trend they had and everything. Like, why is there a devious licks trend? Turns out, the reason behind that is because it was just for views and stuff. And that's just very stupid. You know, a lot of people got into, probably got into a lot of trouble. Not only that, they got into a lot of trouble, they probably ruined their entire new... Saberspark! That's his name! Saberspark. Okay. That's the YouTuber's name. Not the guy who I'm trying to hate or anything. His name is Saberspark. He's a YouTuber. He covers animations and stuff, especially adult animations. I'm gonna have to go all the way downwards to figure out what it was trying to find. But basically, okay, Bravest Warriors. That is what the thing was called. That was supported by YouTube so long ago that they cut it off. It was made by the Federator Animations. Okay, now I got that out of my mind. Sorry so much. I've been trying to keep in mind on that instead of the main focus here. But yeah, the main thing here is just that, hey, Bravest Warriors existed thanks to YouTube, but YouTube cut them off, and it kind of shows a lot of, and it was kind of like starting to lead to the downfall of YouTube in general, about it turning into a grinding fest for money and popularity. My microphone over here, sorry about that. There we go. Rather than just for what it was worth of just content creation. Back to TikTok and its lawsuits and stuff. They also got sued over, I think, some people possibly, we don't know any true information now. But apparently through speculation that there was a TikTok trend that was for removing or messing up with some of these like bolts that they keep on the tires. So the tires were like flying off in like the freeways and everything because the bolts all came loose because one of them was missing. And one of them was loose, and the bolts started to go. One bolt started to leave, which put pressure on the other bolts, which then they will start to leave, which puts on more pressure until the tire just goes flying off the freeway, which is very dangerous and everything. A lot of people point their fingers at TikTok. That's acceptable, actually, considering the devious leaks around that time. And then because people's were actually starting to get scared because people were banging hard against the door for a TikTok thread, which was based off of, oh, my heart sings the beat of the drum type deal. So they do this to a door, which, like, as long as possible, kicking it too. So it's like that. I don't know if my mic picked that up. I'm sorry, that's really loud. Sorry about that. But they did that to doors, breaking doors, and scaring lots of people. And what's worse is they kind of did it also to the elderly peoples too. So now the elders are like terrified out of their mind, almost having a heart attack because they really thought somebody was trying to break into their house in broad daylight, and they quickly just scurry off like to the next house to do TikTok trend after they published the video. It's just very, very questionable. The last thing I've heard TikTok in general with their stupid challenges was the blackout challenge, which was apparent. Which I'm not going to get into detail about what that challenge is or anything, since I don't really know. But apparently TikTok got sued because like 4 girls died. And obviously TikTok in general should be monitored, but for better. But it isn't until they get in lawsuits, and then they start taking care of stuff, so that way they can't get too much of knowledge and feedback into the lawsuit. When they eventually do go into the court case, and erasing most of the evidence they can, so they can sound better in court. Unfortunately, that's kind of what happens. A lot of people also still blame the parents, which I do here, but parents should not be treating social media as a daycare center, which we're going to move right on to that in a moment. But the problem with trying to treat it like I'm trying to remember what it was really said or stated. I was thinking of. Give me a second. I think it was. What was it? Oh my word. Yeah, that's right. You should not. The parents were trying to treat like social media like a daycare center, which, like I said, we're going to get into that. And it's also the parents' fault, but it should also be TikTok's fault, because they should be, preventing it from happening in the first place. But they're not preventing it from happening in the first place. And who are these? These are dumb teenagers. They don't understand what they're doing. I myself, at the time of recording this, even a teenager still. And I know better because I'm coming from a better family and everything. And I stayed off of TikTok for a good reason, because that type of stuff is something I do not want to get involved with. That's like real legal trouble that I can get in trouble for. So I'm going to, get in trouble for it. It was even worse is that the problem gets further down like an iceberg. The further down we go, the more deeper it goes into the troubling murky waters. And this is just like a middle section, I guess, on the surface. Whatever you want for your iceberg theory, I don't really care. I got a bit too close to the mic there. I might have screamed into it. My bad. Okay, so back. How much are we doing? Oh, okay, cool. I might switch topic here depending on how long we've been recording. But back to the thing. Back to the main thing. The problematic thing I think we have here is that we are now moving into the influencers. And remember what I said about like parents treating things like as a free daycare? That's basically it. Yeah, as like a free daycare or babysitter. That's what they use with social media. That's what they use with video games. Video games is a whole different topic that I'm not going to put into what is wrong in today's society at all too much, because video games didn't lead to the cause of stuff. People say video games are violent. They're not. Human nature is violence. Now, could the video games influence the way of how somebody could be violent? Yeah, they can be influenced the way how some people could be violent. But I don't think because a person who plays Tetris randomly punches people because out of anger issues from their parents being very abusive, and all they did an entirety of their gaming career is to play Tetris, and that's it. I don't think Tetris is the main reason behind why they're so violent. I believe the main reason why is because there's a much more mental history that might be leading to it. They don't just suddenly snap because they lost a Tetris. I would be that type of person, but I don't go around punching all the people out there I know, trying to make myself look like squandering WWE wrestling star LeBron James or something like that. Yes, I know I just said so many different things, so many different wrong things with sports. I don't follow sports. But I'm surprised I said LeBron James instead of John Cena, okay? At least I know that. That's a difference. Okay, but back to the main thing. Video games are not the cause of what's wrong in today's society. The companies, however, are, and I will use video games for a future topic if I ever want to get to it. If this ever continues going on. Anyways, so not only that this entire thing is stupid, but the entirety of the thing sucks. It just generally sucks, too. Because you have the influencers on TikTok like crazy. And these guys are so dumb. They're dumb. And they use their influencing ways to younger people and everything. Like, even 5-year-olds are on that app for some reason. Sorry, let me rephrase. Sorry about that. Let me scroll over for a second. There is kids on that app. When it was meant for teenagers, there are kids, like at the age of 3, toddlers even, on that app getting influenced by influencers and then agree to that even though they have no idea what it is or how they do it, and they're just following it because they imitate things they do. They always imitate things because that's what can be used to be proved, to make them funny and stuff. That creates a personality. And that's what ends up happening. Influencers start holding the market. They tell like, hey, follow. Kid doesn't know what follow means, so they make you think, oh, I should do this because this is good for me to imitate because this could make me do useful. This could make me figure out what's my purpose in this world. This could make me then start realizing if I follow more of their stuff, I could copy them more, and if I copy them more about posting it, I can become popular and make lots of money. Or something like that. Or I could imitate this type of stuff, and start realizing the perks of becoming famous, whatever, and then start becoming another influencer, which sucks. Influencers make people influence to become more influencers, and it's an ongoing cycle. And it needs to end. It needs to end. Because that is what's wrong in today's age society, is influencers in general. Not the entire problems with social media and companies not taking care of them. That is still a big problem. But it is a big problem. I'm tripping over myself. I'm sorry. That's a big problem in today's age society. It is. It really is in this age of society. But it is not in today's age that influencers are making things and encouraging people to become influenced. But it's the main problem in today. It's happening even today. Up until now, probably today, ever since 2020. It's been happening since today. It's been happening since then to today, and probably further unless it gets stopped. And it's never going to get stopped because nobody's going to listen to you because they're so influenced by other influencers to block out the haters, y'all. To block out the people, the immigrants of Texas. To block those types of people out from you. And it's... Okay. And it's from then on, of lots of different things that would lead to different things. Oh, wait. Okay, cool. And from then on, that what it leads is to much more trouble. It leads from there to further discipline needed to stop people from trying a whole lot. Stupidity. And it's what sucks. It's because this stupidity will continue growing because influencers are stupid. They're teenagers. They don't understand what they're doing. And what's worse is that this stuff gets replicated, they get fed into their brains, and they start becoming that. And they become the worst versions of what they could have been. For example, there's this one TikToker, several TikTokers we'll talk about real quick. One TikToker I know creates gacha videos. Now when the gacha platform is being ruined, well, I mean, it has been ruined for a long time now. But not only that the gacha platform is starting to become ruined, it's becoming ruined because of this influencer using gacha stuff to seem like they're cool and edgy by beating up military people in ending their lives, which is disrespecting the military. Obviously, this is just a U.S. only thing. I don't think anywhere else. I think this could still happen for anywhere else too. But that's in general disrespecting your military that provide and fight for your country to keep you safe and protected from incoming threats. First of all, second of all, not only is this disrespecting your military, that is like a threat of terrorism too. I'm pretty sure because then you're showing like, hey. Because then you're not, because that's a threat idea of terrorism about to happen too. Because you're showing that you hate the United States government and you post it, and the United States government, if they see this, will get involved with you. They will get involved to see if you're a threat or not in the state. Which they have the right to do so to make sure to protect other people's rights. Because if you put them in danger, because your rights go as far as long as you don't put anybody else in danger. That's kind of like the idea behind also as well with the social contract. But if you don't do that, and instead you just put everybody else in danger and think, oh, my stuff only protects me, you're going to be in very big trouble by the law from a lot of standpoints. And it may be your body, your choice, but if it's another person's will, mental health, or anything like that, then it's because they didn't agree to it, it isn't their choice, and that's when you start becoming a problem. If you start projecting it as your choice, well, guess what? It is also my choice, my body, and if it's affecting me, and I don't have a choice over that, that violates my type of, rights and perspectives I have. I just realized I went a little bit into politics. Damn it. I just realized that now. Oh, crap. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for leading that into that. I'm very sorry for that. I did not mean for me to go a little bit into governments and stuff like that. I am trying to stay away from that. I'm reminding myself now for the rest of this podcast to not do that. I'm so sorry. I'm going to tangent there. I'm very sorry. Okay. So, moving from my little tangent I had by accident. I didn't mean it by purpose. It's kind of had a frustration tangent, which is good spirited for me, since then it can continuously lead me on forward with the podcast. The problem also with influencers is not with this influencer in general. Is not only that, like I said before, they're disrespecting the military, they're showing an active terror, showing a sign of terrorism, but they're also influencing others. Because not only that, because they may not show it to be an influencer, trying to be edgy and stuff to get popularity from it, but those people are so young, and they can still say, oh, this is cool, you can get popular for doing this, I'm able to do it in real life, or I'm going to produce more of this in gacha. And, I could care less if it was produced more in gacha. Well, I'm going to care a little bit if it's produced more in gacha. But if it's actually done in real life, there's going to be a large scale of problems if people start thinking it's okay to start doing it in real life, which is not okay. That is not okay. You should not be doing that. That is disgusting. Anybody wondering how do I know this stuff if I'm no longer on TikTok? I did say I was on TikTok during the entirety of 2020. I've seen it during 2020 and during the remaining winter part of 2021. I left during the middle of spring of TikTok in 2021. And I followed a lot of commentators too, by the way. Lots of commentators. And they discuss the most broken, disgusting things they have on their For You pages, so I don't have to worry about it on my For You page. That's how algorithm works. The more I look at commentators, at people that are... Oh, crap, I just said it! I just said the definition of it. Is it commentators? The people who just comment on stuff, basically, of their opinions and stuff. I don't remember, and I still can't remember what the actual term is called. I did say it before, but I just forgot it. Because I'm a bit of an idiot. Yeah. Anyways, excuse me. Anyways, so the problem mainly is just is that these people can become a huge problem if they're not left unchecked. Another one, I believe, is the vegan teacher in the Valley of the Lily. Vegan of the Lily, something like that. These two accounts are pro-vegan to like a lot of super annoying extent. A vegan teacher always proclaimed about just don't eat meat in general, don't eat plants in general, don't eat anything like that in general. And I'm just sitting here thinking like, what? Why are you trying to say people to go vegan? Like, as much as I can tell, yes, a balanced diet meal requires you to have meat. How much meat? I don't really know. But you could go on a good, healthy life without meat, so that means you're going without protein. So for carnivore, if you just only ate meat, you would do pretty bad, and you would do pretty bad because the only thing you're eating is proteins. If you have a balanced diet, which is meat and vegetables, then yeah, you still have a pretty good balanced diet still. If you ate only vegetables, that is acceptable for, right before you work out, like a bean burrito taco, or like a bean burrito for Taco Bell. Probably not for Taco Bell, but like homemade ones still works too. Would raise up will not clog your blood pressure or something like that. Will keep your blood flowing. I believe I don't remember which NFL player, because I remember there was a documentary called Game On, which was I don't remember if you can still find it on Netflix or not, but it was a documentary series where it was about like what the benefits of getting healthy was, of staying fit and stuff, what the benefits of them were, and how to do it, and how some athletes and stuff going by their life. They interviewed like a few NFL players. They even interviewed, I believe, Arnold Schwarzenegger himself, which is really cool. But back to the main thing. The NFL player ate like a bean burrito as their lunch, and they performed like the best out of the team. And then the team ate normal meats and stuff for their lunch, and then they switched over to the bean burrito, and then they also performed very well in their next game. So as much worry about what you do beforehand will cause the effect after. This entire idea is still kind of nice, and stuff. It defeats the purpose of going only vegan or going only meat. Being vegan in certain areas is okay. Such an example, like eating only green stuff before, you gotta do something that takes a lot of requirement, takes a lot of action and stuff. Eating only meat is also okay, or having a balanced diet is okay. Going full on vegan, which means you gotta eat disgusting stuff like tofu, is not okay. It really starts to affect your body because it's not getting the correct nutrients it needs. And you have this vegan teacher going around trying to basically say, I'm gonna put your head on a spike if you continuously eat meat and you continue eating plants like we used to feed animals. The animals are still gonna be there. They're still gonna die. The plants are still gonna be there. They're still gonna die. They're still gonna come back growing. They're still gonna continuously produce. Same with animals. I just said animals. You know what I mean. So why not just reap the rewards and benefits from them? Is the problem. Is my question. Eventually, TikTok in general got enough of her crap near the end of 2019, early 2020. So yeah, then we just kind of put her being shadow banned off the platform. And then Lily the Vegan came on, and it's like, vegan is better than Russia, vegan is better than instant game series here, vegan is better than everything type attitude. And a nice little songy format. And everyone is just like, oh crap. So then TikTok got again, they banned this account again. Basically they're bass reporting it. Which is really like scary because now an influencer on such a thing could send their entire fan base to attack somebody by mass reporting them and wrongfully banning them off of a streaming platform or platform, not streaming platform, just a platform in general, which is very scary actually. It's very scary indeed. And I'm calling you all out on your BS too. Now, obviously, this could happen as well to me, because if this could go to a suit, because if this somehow hits viral, and a lot of people know what they're doing wrong is wrong, and I'm calling them out without saying their names or anything, they're gonna feel offended. They're gonna send their entire fan base to attack me in my channel, and attack me on my Spotify area, and then I could get banned from those two areas. I don't want to get banned off of YouTube itself. I just, I don't want to get banned off of YouTube or anything like that. I don't think I want to get banned off of Spotify. Which is why I'm testing the waters here with this episode. But in probably future episodes, I'm also still going to be testing the waters, but it's not going to be as bad as this type of testing the waters. Yeah, that's not really a great thing either. It's having an entire fan base at your tool just to hurt somebody. That's not okay. You confront them face to face. You don't sit in your 10-year-old fat Discord moderators to go out against somebody. You know who dominates the influencer market? Who dominates the trend market? I'll give you a hint. I'll give you one hint. It's the most selfish being out there type attitude. They're one of those selfless people. They don't want to work a whole lot. And when they do, they are always in mad control of power. Now, obviously, it's dumb guys. Not one to feel love, appreciated, but they don't have it. And a lot of girls, a lot of angry teenage girls on there, a lot of angry women in general, that do everything to get money, to get fame, to get power as fast as possible. They use TikTok. Oh my word. How much they abuse certain challenge trends as well. I was scrolling through, I think, YouTube one day, and I saw this stupid recommendation on my TikTok of a TikTok channel. Not my TikTok channel. I saw the stupid recommendation of a TikTok channel. So I was like, okay, you know what? I might as well see what's going on. First thing, TikTok trend challenge, the Big Bang challenge, which is basically what's a girl, what's the song goes, pretty face, small waist, turns around, and shows a big booty. Type attitude with a little jiggling, whatever. Yeah, I know. I've probably just sent a lot of people down to the wrong path on TikTok now to investigate what I'm talking about. But that's basically my point. And certain trends, like girls, benefit from it. Because a lot of people could become very, very, no matter what gender they are, they can become very wanting it, lots of it, needing more of it, to sympathize with it, to synergize with it type attitude. I'm not saying the actual word itself because I'm afraid that could get me really in big trouble here. But that's basically also another thing. Girls usually dominate that platform a lot. If it isn't girl dominating the platforms these days, then it's probably a guy just being very clever somehow. And that's about it, yeah, really. And there's a lot of dangers behind this too. For example, I'm going to bring back video games and for they're not behind the reason violence. And so video games also have a part effect. 2020, we had a mob vote, and Dream said that he wanted to blow squid. He accidentally ended up rigging the entirety. No, I don't think he did it on accident. I think he might have done it on purpose. Still thinking it today. But he kind of on purposely rigged the mob vote for glow squid. Well, then we had so many better options. And a lot of people influencers said, I'm going to vote for the ally. Without ever stating you should vote it too. It's not stating, but I'm going to vote on the ally. And their entire fan base started voting on the ally. I personally believe the Gloom mob should not have gotten in. As much as everybody else. I believe the ally was kind of useless. Because all they wanted was just a cute version of a Vex. He just grows up and collects nearby items, and they said they could use it for farms. That's not a good idea. Because you have droppers for a reason. You have hoppers for a reason in Minecraft. For farming. You already have so many billion different farming techniques. Probably trying to get an ally means it's going to go searching around for any other item drop like that in the world. You give it. Another thing that was probably better would be the Iron Golem. The Iron Golem is better. Not Iron Golem. The Copper Golem that they proposed. I wanted... what the heck? Something's going on. Hold up. Sorry about that. I didn't know what the heck was going on there. Oh, the microphone. Anyways, but I wanted the Iron Golem, not Iron Golem, it's already in the game, Copper Golem to come inside, which pushes buttons, especially copper buttons. It's his favorite thing to do. And you can have this Copper Golem become like a cool little DJ with stepping on pressure plates, sending red stuff signals to note blocks to make it kind of look like a walking around DJ. And it would be awesome. Really be awesome, too, for a Minecraft party. Boom, bum, 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 ba-de, bum, bum. Type attitude. That would have been awesome. It would have been nice to have something like that happen. But no, of course, people have to ruin it. Because they want a potential farming tool when it's probably not going to be a good idea for farming. I kind of abandoned the game after that. I kind of abandoned Minecraft. He's just kind of tired of that type of nonsense. Anyways, back down to the original thing I was going to talk about. With the influencer stuff. Dream influenced the entirety of the Glow Squid with his entire popular fan base. So who knows what's going to end up happening with the popular famous figures, because they always are in control. They have things at the wheel of their grasp. They control basically a lot of things because they're popular. They control if you basically breathe or not online, which should not be the case. And don't worry, you have the right to breathe online. Do not worry, because you can't go online and breathe because you're not in the interface, the interweb, the website area. You're not really existing in there. You're showing an avatar of who you are in real life projecting onto a screen. You don't actually go inside of the screen to breathe the internet web air. That's not how that works. Oh. Okay. I'm just gonna finish this off real quick before I start blowing myself up with too much anger. But yeah. I'm pretty sure by now, probably for anybody who's here on YouTube, you probably might have noticed by now, also during this entire time, probably may notice that it is still a black screen. I kind of am deciding still on this. I'll probably like just cut that part out. There could be a black screen, but I'm still deciding either right now because I don't know the recording time. But right now, Spotify people, you're probably not going to be able to enjoy this unless you switch over to YouTube. But I'm not saying you should join from Spotify to YouTube. Do not do that. If you prefer your listening area on Spotify, that's cool. I'm just gonna make a quick cosmetic. I'm deciding to make a quick cosmetic change over in the YouTube area because YouTube shows video, and obviously I don't think I want people to look at a black screen for about close to like an hour or two, close to like an hour or around roughly then of how long the podcast episode is. I don't want people to look at it for that long, and I like a black screen. I don't want people to look like that. So I'm thinking for YouTube, only YouTube, because Spotify is just only audio, but do not, but if you're, like I said before, if you're on Spotify, do not switch over to YouTube, because it's just a slight video change, nothing at all. It's just going to be background gameplay footage. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to add it in, because I do want to get this uploaded on the date of its recording, if not probably a few days before of its recording, which today it is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so it's January 16th. Of 2023 is the time of this recording. It can come out later today, on the 26th of this date, or it can come out later this week if I try to get background gameplay footage, which could be almost impossible because I'm still trying to figure out how to do recording stuff. So I decided instead to record a podcast because that's simple. That's very simple to do. So post-production wise, most likely it's going to be a black screen. If not, there might be some gameplay, but like I said, this is going to be background gameplay. You're not going to hear things, it's just there to pass the time for people that are wanting to be invested in the video, instead of just having it played into an audio tab. Most of the time, podcasts should be just audio tab, not having background gameplay behind it. But I kind of want to show this, and it's not going to be live footage either, because it's going to be like, after the podcast, and that's when I start recording, or beforehand, and then start the podcast, or whatever. It's just going to be clips and stuff I make. Probably that's about it. But yeah, I'm probably just going to do a black screen for this one, and I most likely will. But keep it as a black screen, yeah. But for those people in the comments for YouTube and stuff, I know I said I want to do plugins, which I'm not leaving behind a plugin. I'm just asking a general question to you guys. It's just where you're at the end of the podcast. Would you guys want me to do that? Would you guys want me for the YouTube side, for the video area, to put in gameplay background footage of like a random game? Like, it could be a tower defense game, it could be just be Fortnite, it could just be, like, literally anything that I may want to play for that day, record it for a bit, put as background footage. Would you guys like that? Because I know for a fact, because some people will just stare at the screen for, like, an entire hour that's pitch black to hear audio. And I don't think that's really a nice, healthy thing because, like I said before, it should be in a tab. And you should be looking at the thing while it's still going on. But that's about it. Yeah, really. So if you want me to upload video, I will. It's going to take me a bit longer, probably later in the week, for me to upload it instead of the same day. But I can still do that. And I still got to figure out Spotify. That's about it, yeah, really. Yeah, that's about it. So if you did, so like I said, I'm not going to do plugins so much, but since I gave you guys a chance to listen to my podcast series, if you do want to, the Spotify area, if you guys want to, follow the podcast series or subscribe to the podcast series or whatever it is to keep in touch with the podcast series. So that way you will notify Kate and turn on your notifications. So next time, if you do like this podcast series, you get a straight notification from Spotify letting you know that a new video is a new podcast is uploaded. For people here on YouTube, hit if you want to keep track of my thing on the subscription feed, just subscribe to my channel, and sometimes the algorithm will recommend me to you for a random video or just the podcast series. You hit on all. There's a little bell icon right next to subscribe after you press subscribe. That is your choice. This is all about your choice, by the way. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it unless you don't want to. If you want to, go right ahead. If you're just testing the waters, want to see more, just click on my profile icon, scroll through my channel, and see what more stuff I may have to offer. Maybe here later in the future when I have 100 videos. Maybe just be just here now with only 4 of them. But yeah, just click subscribe if you want to stay in touch and with my channel so you can see more of my content later in the future when an algorithm appears up to you. And you click on the bell, you can have it none. It will not give you any notifications about me. Personalized means there is personal changes, like comments and stuff on the channel, whatever, that I might have to leave behind, or personal changes you might want to know about of the channel. And then you have is all, which means that every single video I may upload, you do get notified. You do get a notification for it. And like I said, on the YouTube channel, I'm not going to always do podcasts. I may do just a normal Let's Play video or something like that. And here in the future, as soon as I figure out how to make that work. So, yeah, and if you did like the podcast series, leave a like. If you don't like it, you can dislike it. And if you want, and the Spotify players, if you think this is one of your favorite if you want your podcast you want to listen to later, and you think it might be your favorite podcast episode, favorite it. If you don't have to. Simple as that. It's your choice at the end of the day. I'm not forcing it. I hate doing plugins, but I'm doing it just to make sure you guys don't forget how to get back here. Simple as that. And remember, it is known as what is wrong today, Jason Society. That is it. Really, that's about it. Yeah. So anyways, this is Captain Ditto. I'm going to sail off once again. I'll see you guys probably in the 7th season for probably episode 2 of the podcast. Which I am planning to do is bring along one of my online friends to talk about. So that's about it. Yeah, really. It's going to be nice, fun with just me and him talking, discussing for probably episode 2. I'm still deciding if I want to do that or not. But anyways, it's been Captain Ditto. I'll see you later. And I'll see you later. I'm going to sail on again. Yeah, let's just keep in touch through the crow's nest or something like that. I don't know what I'm saying, so I'm just gonna end it here. See ya.